Hello viewer, welcome. It's your program Back to Farm. Today on Back to Farm, we're going to be talking about rabbits. Rabbit farming, otherwise known as coniculture, has gradually gained prominence in Nigeria over the years. At the moment, there are over 39,000 rabbit farmers in Nigeria, according to credible reports. Many Nigerians are venturing into the business due to the profit attached to it. According to a rabbit farmer, Olatu Odayo of IHOP in Ibadan-based company, getting a rabbit business off the ground and completed from start to finish will cost about 45,000 to 100,000 naira. According to another Abuja-based rabbit farmer who has been in the business for 3 years, said, rabbit farming has a lot of turnovers. Every part of a rabbit is money for the farmer. Today on the program Back to Farm, we're going to be looking at what perspective a potential farmer should know about rabbit farming. Take a look.
This is my place where I decided to have this in-house farming. So actually I have a lot of interest in the raising of rabbits, and I've been doing it for some time, even at a minimal level, I can say. But now that I retired, I try to expand it a little because I have more time. It's an interesting thing to do. You can have up to 150 by December, and I don't think there's any other animal that produce in that manner. Okay, and somebody was even saying that if you raise a cow from January, at worst it can litter once in a year. So at the end of the year, maybe you have 2 or 3. I don't know, depending on the number of hen. But you can never compare to rabbits. Rabbits, in fact, if some farmers are very crude, they can even have up to 200. Because the children that are given birth to by maybe the animal litter, they normally have a gestation period of 1 month. When maybe they are born in February, they themselves, the children, the litters, they call it litters, in 4 or 5 months, they are ready to be mated also. You can see the replication. Maybe you allow them to take care of the young ones for 4 or 5 weeks. Let them rest a week, cross them. Some even cross them while they are still breastfeeding. There are some crude farmers, but I don't do that. I allow them to rest a little. So in a year, they can litter up to 6 or 7. Okay? So that is the main interest. And if I've ever tasted rabbit meat, you will not want to taste another meat again. More so when we talk of the quality of the meat, the healthy nature of the meat, very low in cholesterol, high in protein, and other benefits like that. And it belongs to a family of white meats like fowl and the rest of them. But rabbit meat is special. People that eat chicken, they normally advise them not to eat the skin because of the layer of fat and cholesterol. It's not like that with rabbit. You consume everything, and the ratio of meat to bone is very high, in the sense that more meat, little bone. You can never get a pure species nowadays again. They have crossbreed them severally. So if somebody tells you this is original Highland, this is original New Zealand, this is a lie. But we have types of rabbits like New Zealand. You normally see them, their eyes are red, white skin. Although we also have New California or something like that. And apart from this, we have chinchilla. These are always gray in color. At times we have brown one. We have Angora, very hairy. You see it as you go to the other side. We have Dutch. Those ones are a bit small, but highly prolific also. They produce as well. But people always want to breed one that will give them big size, big size, more meat. That's but there are so many. We have the English spotted that has mixture of black and white. At times you see brown. You see it in their this thing. And we have Isla NG also. Isla, as I heard, is more of lab experiment, because they went to research so that they can get big, high quality meat rather than raising this other one that don't have much meat at the end of the day. So Isla, you normally notice them with their tinted hair. Then you see mark on their nose. Their tail can also be. You see, they have that type of color, but it's very good. I heard that they cross New Zealand with one other product like that gives them that. Just like broiler. When you have broiler chicken, they grow very fast within a short time. So they must have crossed one breed, maybe from India, with another female from another part of the world. In the lab, when those two meet, they give you that type of product you call broiler for meat. Well, luckily, feeding rabbit is less expensive. How your pocket, you feel it. I know. Feeding them in their natural habitat, they feed on grass. Okay, and the nature allows them to pick. They feed on leaves in their natural habitat, but they have a way of picking, the ones that will favor them. That's natural. Nobody can contest that. But when you keep them in this manner, you still find feast for them. Go and cut grass. They eat varieties of grasses, but the best among them is called Tridax. It grows anywhere. It's always by the side of the building with this yellow flower. Maybe I'll show you a sample before you go. And of course, this is the season of harvesting of groundnut. When a farmer removes the groundnut from the ground, they remove their groundnut. That other part of it is waste, and that's very good for them, a very good feed for them. As you can see, I've piled some there, and I'm trying to, even though it's not good to dry them in the sun, because there's no space, it's good you dry them under the shade. That's the rule. But they still eat it. Then you talk of feed, there's the commercial feed. Just like you buy feed for fowl, there's also rabbit feed, and usually they come in pellets form. There's a way they process the finished feed in pellets form, small bits like that rabbits can pick and eat easily. And you can, instead of buying the finished feed again, very expensive nowadays, you can compound your own. There are constituents of the field that you should meet up with the what do you call it now? The specific things have to be there, like fiber, protein. In fact, any ingredient you use, they have their components. So it has to be a balanced feed. And the rabbits will not survive well on fowl's feed, because if you feed them with it too much, their stomach will be expanding. They have what we call bloating, and they will die. They may die. So you have to feed them little. If you cannot compound, you can still buy the fowl feed, but little. Because in their own feed, they need more fiber. Unlike fowl that needs protein, this, that, they need more fiber. So if you are compounding the feed, you have to look at all these rations. There's a computer software we use. If you use maize, makes you contribute to energy, to protein, to fats, and all the rest of it. If you use any other ingredient, they have their components. At the end of the day, you will compute it in such a way that the protein level should not be more than 18. Okay, the protein level should not be more than 18, and the fiber should be of certain percentage, and all the rest of it. Cages, I produce all of them myself with my wife. I do the design. She contributes her own quota by helping me. As you can see this one, there's a way you weave it. You don't see any frame here. But the best cage for them is this 1/2 by 1/2 inch. 1/2 by 1/2 inch. Because in the past we used to, I will show you one there. We use the one with a wider range like this. Maybe 2 by 1 inch, 3 by 1 inch. Rats used to enter through there. But these are rat proofed. Rats cannot enter this. Because the problem of rats is that they will go in, eat their food, which is expensive. They will piss inside it, urinate inside it, and even defecate inside it. I know it may cause a lot of harm to the rabbits. So, but with this now, they can't enter. They still come around though. They jump around, but they can't enter the cage. This is my own innovation. A particular cage for them should not be as wide as this. I have issues with space. So what I do is that when they litter, that is when they give birth, maybe after 3 or 4 weeks, I move them into each of these pen. This one measures 48 inches by 32. Each pen you see here. And I made it like that so that it can accommodate both the mother and the kids until maybe after 6 weeks or thereabout. I can remove the mother. The kids will continue to grow. But there's a problem with rabbit too. Once they reach certain age, you need to separate them.
From the mother?
And you need to separate the kids from each other, especially the males. Even in the animal kingdom, 2 male lions cannot occupy a territory. One must give way for the other. That nature of animal is still there. So they will fight silly. Once they grow up to 3-4 months and you don't separate them, you may have problem. Some say stay together, but if you are lucky. But some will just be aggressive because they always want to dominate their environment, to be the only male. Because if they see other male, it doesn't matter whether they are from the same parents or not. They fight for territory. But females can still bear with each other, but occasionally you can have some of them that are very aggressive, just in human nature. People also. The way I designed the cage, you don't want they are very neat animals, as I mentioned earlier on. You don't want their droppings you don't want the droppings to be touching their skin. So I put a net here underneath here. If you can remove this thing. So there's a net box here which when they pull, the pull is retained by this. Then down there there's a zinc I put there, or aluminum or something, to gather the urine. And I designed in such a way that when the urine falls on this, it will flow to this place, which now comes to this plastic. So you can just pick the plastic and dispose of. Now the poop can be removed once in a while to empty it, sanitize it, put it back. So it's neat. This is a living, we live here, and you can, I feel passive any odor since you come. That's how we keep it. Try fowl. the whole of this place will be smelling. So that's the bit of this cage. But there are smaller versions of the cages there where individuals can stay. Our people have not come to appreciate rabbit. Some see it as a pet, that how can I slaughter this thing and eat in my mouth? You know, some are, so well, if you are raising rabbits, you can raise for meat, for home consumption, or for commercial purposes. You can also raise for people who want it as pet. Okay. Yesterday, I think I sold one of them. The person wants small one pet, you know, so that I can be touching, moving around the room or something like that. And some, they use it like farmers now. You cannot raise rabbits alone. You have to have community of other farmers around. You network with them so that they can, like, if you don't change your males once in a while, it will become inbreeding, in the sense that two children of the same parent meeting together, the performance will be low. But if you occasionally you intentionally go out to buy males from other farmers that are not related to this one at all, so that when it is firing the female, you are sure of quality. Yeah, the challenge, you talk about to advise other. Yes, my advice is that people should come to it, especially the retirees like me, and even if you are working, you can raise rabbits. To take care of them in the morning, 20 minutes at most. Feed them, give them their drinks. In the evening when you come back, you repeat it also. Like me now, I normally give them the finished meal in the morning. In the evening, I give grasses. That's my own. You can do anything that suits you. But please, always be conscious of the fact that you need to give them quality feed, like you consider I'm combining both the finished meal and the grass. It's okay. So I advise people, let's popularize it. The meat is healthy. Even if you don't want to be selling, you can be raising it at your backyard, as I'm doing now, for home consumption. You can have network of people like me now. I always have difficulty in selling them, but I have friends. Once they ask them, they don't have. They come here. The whole of this place was filled up before. I will show you some empty cages now. And more occasionally, you need to give them their drugs, like especially the young ones you've seen there. They die a lot if care is not taken, in the sense that there's this disease called coccidiosis and bloating. As I told you, these are animals that require a lot of fiber. They require a lot of fiber in their feed, and if you give them too much finished meal, it will surely affect them. Okay, this is a male, for example. Yes, this is a male, a New Zealand white. Okay. One thing I forgot to tell you that time is that every part of this animal is useful. Their poop, as you see, farmers use it as their manure. I can sell it, but I've not been selling. I do give it that for free. But if you gather them enough, there are people who want to buy. They used to advertise it on the social media. Their urine is also a very good form of fertilizer, in the sense that when you, as you collect them in that container, You can mix ratio 1 to 5 or so with water. Then use it for your farm. You will see difference. In Kenya, I heard that they used to buy a bottle of beer of urine for certain amount. They appreciate it. But in this part of our world, they still rely on government fertilizer running around, and you can see how the products of our farms are terrible. Buy a yam, keep it for 2 weeks. So the pot,
yes.
I also constructed them myself. We need a feeder and a drinker. Okay, so you put the feed there, you put their drinks there. If you need to apply any drug, when we are mixing the water in the morning, you put the drugs there. We have antivirus drugs. We have vitamins and all manner of drugs we give them. And we give the one for coccidiosis also. At times they develop some skin problem. There's an injection for that. Okay? If you notice they are under stress, there are drugs you can give them to calm them down. More so if they have just recovered from a disease and they are okay, you still give them the anti-stress to calm down. Because in fact, there's hardly any poultry drug you buy that you don't see the dosage for sheep, for dog, for rabbit. They are always there. It's the same. Such a way that one pen like this can contain one at a time.
So what's the measurement of this? And they are bigger compared to that?
This one now, I will soon convert it to something like this, where we cover it with half by half. You can see that inside there, you still have this. I told you any cage that you are going to use now should be rat proofed. Rats should not be allowed to enter. Otherwise, they will cause harm to your animals. Okay? So, and if you can see the base of this thing also. It's thick so that it can withstand the weight of the animal. It's fluffy and much more.
Okay, yes, a lot of hair. I see it's hair.
And it's still growing. It's still growing. When it's fully grown, you will see that the arm fat. It's a beauty.
They say stand up, let's see you. And that is, see, this one is beautiful too.
I have a male, a black male. I normally cross with the female once in a while to produce all that.
See these ones?
These ones are from the same mother. In fact, I win them from their mother. Since they are still growing, I kept 2 here.
Okay.
They are beautiful.
So beautiful.
They are beautiful.
This species of the pure black too?
No. To me, I think they are growing to become something like that Angora. No, it's hairy. So much. Okay? And this one has a combination of brown and black. Brown and black. You can never know the names of all these things finish.
See their beautiful eyes.
It's interesting. This is an example of a chinchilla. Chinchilla. It comes in this color, at times in grey color. Grey color, yeah.
Chinchilla.
So,
is it male or a female?
a male. Yeah. Normally, when you have winners, you select few that are, maybe I call them shooters, like the people raising fish. Those ones that grow faster than others, so that you can keep them. And again, you see, you have to study the habits of of the female that produce it. Some are very good mothers. They will take care of, in fact, they take extra care of their litters than others. So, products from such female can be kept so that you use this for your future production. The rest you don't need, sell them off, or you keep them for eating, whatever you want to do. So
something like this, if you're about to sell it, how much would it go for?
Well, it depends. So some sell per kilo, but me, I go for 7,000 for male, 8,000 for female. That's all. Some can sell well grown, but those winners like that, maybe 4,000, 3,000, depending on male. Jokingly, I call this place the maternity ward. This is where they produce, you know, when they are, I think that one is pregnant too. When you cross them, you normally carry a female to a male. For whatever reason, I don't know. But all the literatures I've been reading, that's what they say. You carry the female to the male for cross and date. Exactly. And when you can see that I said this one was crossed. No, not this date. Forget this date. Where the cross, I normally put the date. And that's another important thing. You have to keep records. Okay? Once it's exactly 29 days, they may deliver. But when it's 3 days to the estimated date of delivery, you put a box there. And see that naturally, within those 3-4 days, it will, they call the female doe. She will pull her form and will loom it. Some can be as high as this box. Before you will loom it, then inside that she will deliver. So that the fall will act like a protector or to prevent cold. Because when they are newly born, they are naked, no fur on their skin. So the thing will prevent heat. Will prevent cold from killing them.
Welcome back. It's still your Agricultural Research Council of Nigerian Television. Of course, the program has been back to farm. Experts admitted that rabbit farming is more profitable due to their gestation period, which is between 28 and 30 days and 33 days in some cases. The rabbits then gives birth to litters up to 8 to 10, 12, 15 or sometimes 18 kittens and wean them for 6 weeks or months. On that note, we come to the end of the program Back to Farm, where we look at perspective farmers should know about rabbit farming. My name remains Joshua Ishaya, your farming guide. See you same time, same station. Bye for now.